What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Living in Arizona, and I'm going to take a question here from a college inquiry, right? So this is from Ethan Townsend. Could you please do a video for people who are thinking of moving to Arizona for college, such as myself? So if you're thinking of moving to Arizona to go to college and you're from out of state, or even if you're from in-state and you want to go from Phoenix to Tucson, I'm going to put some information in this and talk about the universities and the colleges in Arizona, tuitions, cost, things to know about things to do in the area and whatnot. So let's go ahead and dive right in here and talk about all of the Arizona universities and whatnot and colleges. So depending on what list you go to, this is best colleges in Arizona, U.S. News, top 10, okay. They've got Arizona Christian University, number 1, Prescott College, number 2, University of Arizona, number 3, Arizona State University of Tempe, that's the main campus, Grand Canyon University, Northern Arizona University, Embry-Riddle, Arizona State University West, which is basically ASU, but except it's on the west side of Phoenix, and then North Central University, which is in San Diego, Arizona. I don't know about that one, but that's an okay list. I mean, but let's look at this one here, and I think this is really the real list that you want to go off of. But I took U.S. News because it had a different angle. But niche here says Arizona State University, number 1, University of Arizona, number 2. So Arizona State in Tempe, that's a suburb of Phoenix. University of Arizona, Tucson. Okay, Tucson's got about 500,000 people. Phoenix metro area, I think it's number 11 largest city in all of America, number 6 in just size of Phoenix. So metro area number 11, Phoenix by itself is number 6 in terms of head-to-head, largest cities. So Phoenix is definitely where it's at if you like big city activities. Tucson's is little brother. It's maybe I would say about 1/5 the size, maybe 1/6 the size. So Prescott coming in at number 3, Embry-Riddle. That's where I went to school, Embry-Riddle University. And then you've got Arizona State University downtown Phoenix campus. And Northern Arizona University, that's in Flagstaff. If you were to say what are the big 4 in Arizona, I would say you'd be looking at Northern Arizona University, Arizona State University, University of Arizona, and Grand Canyon University. Grand Canyon State University is really Grand Canyon University right here is really starting to come up, and that's in Phoenix near Moon Valley. I would say that it's number 4. Number 3 would be Northern Arizona University, and then number 2 would be U of A, and then number 1 would be Arizona State. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the things to do if you were to go to the number 1 school in Arizona, Arizona State University. If you're thinking about moving to Tucson, these are some of the rent prices that you might have to keep in mind, right? So moving to Tucson, you're looking at 3 beds, 2 baths, $1,750. That means you're going to get a roommate or 2, right? So 3 of you living in a place, splitting the rent, you're looking at about $600 each. At the bare minimum, that's including some utilities, right? Barely any utilities. Then you've got a house, which might be a better option, which is a little bit more affordable, $1,450. So you can get a house, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, $1,500, $1,450. Maybe a house is the way to go. You might be a little bit further away from the campus, but it could end up being a great deal for you. If you want to live a little bit further away, but you want a bigger house, consider Gilbert. It's still about a 20 to 30 minute drive to Tempe. So when you're moving to Phoenix, and you're going to need a car. I mean, that's straight up how it is. Okay, so I put in, if you want to get this map right here in real time, you go to rent.com. You can pull it up all around Tempe area right here, and just browse around, see what stuff's available on rent.com. Okay, next, let's talk about tuition, because that's really important, right? You guys want to know how much this is going to cost to go to Arizona State. If you're out of state, or if you're in state, it's $10,792 per year for tuition to attend Arizona State University. If you are out of state, you're looking at around $27,000 to $28,000 per year. Okay, that's actually changed, I believe. In list here. So you've got Arizona State University. ASU is a public university in Tempe with campuses in downtown Phoenix, Mesa, Glendale, and Lake Havasu City. Lake Havasu City is outside of the metro area, and that's a pretty good place to be if you really like water sports, but it's a super small town. Tuition and fees $10,822 per year for in-state, $28,336 for out-of-state. University of Arizona, a little bit more expensive for in-state and out-of-state, $12,447 per year, and out-of-state $36,346. Northern Arizona University, $11,564 for in-state, $25,828 per year for out-of-state. Grand Canyon University, tuition $16,500 per year for both in-state and out-of-state. So if you're in-state or out-of-state, you're not going to save much money. I mean, it's going to cost you the same thing. And then the rest, you guys can go on this Tucson.com and pull up that list if you guys want. Okay, so no matter where in Arizona you're going to go to college, it's going to be the same across the state, things to do, right? Grand Canyon, that never gets old, right? I mean, duh. Everyone knows about the Grand Canyon. Cooking with Cactus, sorry, Smart Asset, we're not going to go with that one. That's the name of the website, Smart Asset. You can explore Arizona's native heritage. Yeah, that's pretty cool for all you archaeologist types out here who like to explore around. Arizona's art scene is thriving. I guess you could say that. I mean, it's not like Barcelona or Paris or, Europe or even Los Angeles or DC or New York, but Frank Lloyd Wright, he does have a footprint here. You'll see that when you go to Arizona State University. But for the most part, I mean, it's okay. It's Southwestern art's unique. They say Arizona's an Instagrammer's dream. Millennials like that. Young people like going to places where they can take some cool Instagram stuff. And then you've got the New Age vibe, the hipsters. Those are down in Tucson. You've also got those down in Tempe. And then, so we've also got spring training. Some people like that. We've got snow not too far away, believe it or not. If you some people, they come from snow, they like snow, but they just don't like it deep freeze like Siberia right now. Chicago's called Siberia because basically it's just frozen tundra up there. We don't have that right now. It's been like in the 60s and the 70s right now, while the Midwest and back east are just frozen. Now it's funny because it could freeze. We could get pretty cold here in any given moment, but we've been in the 60s and 70s during that cold spell. They say you'll need a car. That's some stuff. Mining is a big part of Arizona, and so let's see if we can find some other cool things to do in some of these other major areas, like if you're going to Tempe, right, or Arizona State University. 20 things to know when you're attending Arizona State University. This is coming off blog.storage. Take a tour. Serious about sports. So, yeah, I mean, Arizona State Sun Devils and University of Arizona Wildcats. You're going to bear down or you're going to fork them, right? That's basically the thing. I mean, maroon and gold or blue and red. Those are the colors. You get dirty at Arizona State University. Take a coffee break. Tempe. Sun Devil support, that's over there at the Sun Devil Stadium. Arizona foodie favorites. For me, if I'm going to walk around any campus, I think they're both really nice campuses. Both of them have some pretty cool stuff they offer. But literally, both of them are pretty nice campuses. Northern Arizona University is nice also. Grand Canyon University is up and coming. Believe it or not, Grand Canyon University has better arena, I think, than the Sun Devils and the Wildcats. So that's why I say Grand Canyon University is up and coming, because they've got the old Phoenix Suns owner, Jerry Colangelo. He's like the most successful business guy for the sports scene in Phoenix going way back. Colangelo, he's a big investor in Grand Canyon University. Dan Marley's the coach at Grand Canyon University. But just saying, it's up and coming for sure. 20 years from now, it'll be interesting. Bowling out here. I mean, anytime you're talking about bowling, that says there's not too much to do, right? When bowling's coming up on the list of things to do. They've also got these bird scooters all over Tempe. You can take a bird scooter around. People don't like those bird scooters, but hey, what can we say? Then they got the bikes. Obviously Uber, I guess, if that's something cool. Hiking is pretty good in Arizona, in Tempe. You've got Camelback, Papago, South Mountain, all around that area. You could go hiking. Probably will get bored with it, and you can't really do it in the summertime. But I mean, it's cool like your first couple times, but after you've already done it, it's kind of like next, and then you really start to get into the night scene, and that's where it starts to go off. The nightclub scene down in Tempe is popping on Mill Avenue. You get familiar with Mill Avenue when you go down there, okay, down in Tempe. Now, if you're going to go to Tucson, the things to do, nightclubs in Tucson, they've got Sky Bar, they've got Hi-Fi Kitchen and Cocktails, Shirley Wench Pub, Che's Lounge. So they don't have a shortage of clubs down there in U of A. Zen Rock nightclub, and then daytime activities. You've got museums. It's really a conservative daytime place in Tucson. I mean, Phoenix is pretty conservative in the daytime, but at least we've got pro sports stuff and other things going on. But Tucson, it's like you got to be really laid back to go to U of A. U of A is more laid back than good old Arizona State University. Although Arizona State University is known as one of the top schools for innovation. But I'm just showing you around some things to do in Tucson. I've already made a video about this. You can look at you can search Living in Arizona, this channel, and for the Tucson videos I made, but I talked about the Arizona Sonora Desert Museum. I really like that. Saguaro National Park. And then you've got, farmers markets. I mean, Arizona State Museum, not to be confused with Arizona State University. Tucson Desert Art Museum. And so you've got just a series of different things. Cactus Farm, the zoo. Like I said, the daytime scene in Tucson is lacking hardcore, okay? So way more to do it all the time in Phoenix. Tucson just kind of comes up short. And then they've got some more stuff. We'll go back to talking about Tucson or Arizona State. Some of the cool things to do: Camelback Mountain, Dierks Bentley Whiskey Row. Go to Scottsdale. Downtown Scottsdale is really nice. And so if you wanted to move to Tucson now, so we're bouncing around here, but Tucson rent is a little bit cheaper though than Arizona State. You can get some pretty decent prices, but you get what you pay for. So there's Arizona State University. If we dial it in on rent.com, you could see, $1,350 for a home. You get some roommates, right? Even one person could live in that. Two people could live in that, right? And then if you also want some more things to do, you can go to visitphoenix.com, tucson.com. But fun ideas here. You've got the Carnival of Illusion, Odyssey Sea Aquarium. These are things couples can do on the weekdays, weekends, whatever you guys like to do. If we're talking about Flagstaff has it's a little bit closer to the Grand Canyon, a little bit closer to Canyon de Chelly, Petrified Forest, Meteor Crater, the observatory. I think it's called Griffiths Observatory, also next to Snowbowl. If you're big into snowboarding, you want to go to Flagstaff. You could still go snowboarding from Tempe or from Tucson. I mean, it's going to take you about 2 to 3 hours to get up to Snowbowl from Tempe. 3 hours is not really that long of a time, right? You can make that even a day trip. You leave at 8 in the morning, get there at 11, ski, snowboard till 5, come back home. You're home by 8, okay? So, yeah, I mean, but having it in your backyard in Flagstaff like that, you just go right off the bat, right away. So anyways, guys, I know this is kind of all over the map, but it kind of paints the picture. I would say if I was to have it all over to do again, I would just say, do you want a chill, relaxed environment? If you do, go to Tucson. Go to University of Arizona. They're going to give you a great education. It's a prestigious school, good college sports scene. I think the college sports scene is better than Arizona State University. I'm a Wildcats fan personally, more so than I am a Sun Devils fan. And then also, it's a good place to focus on your studies. If you're more into college parties and doing all that, the wild parties are really going to be at Arizona State. U of A has them, But Arizona State's got them on a whole nother level. Mill Avenue, there's nothing like Mill Avenue down in Tucson. There's some stuff that might keep up. It gets going in Tucson, but if partying and being a socialite is a big thing, go to Arizona State University. If scholastics and education are really where you need to be focusing, you're going to get a hearty, healthy education at University of Arizona that I don't think you're going to get at Arizona State University because there's going to be too many distractions there. And if you really just want to just go up in the high country and get away from it all, but and get a pretty decent education, you go to Northern Arizona University. And if you just, want to go to an up-and-coming school, go to Grand Canyon University. It's like the Grand Canyon University is, I guess, the poor man's alternative, but it's not like a poor, it's not like an off-brand. It's actually a pretty decent school. I just say it's the poor man's alternative because it's not going to cost you as much as it would to attend Arizona State. It's a little bit cheaper. So let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to Living in Arizona. Smash up the like button, and we'll see you guys next time.